All right, boys, here we go. We are in the Mut Gauntlet. This is about like game 9, game 10. I was going to post my Mut Gauntlet from this week, but honestly, it was kind of a boring one besides the one game that I lost, which was cool, but I don't know. I quit because I was frustrated as my opponent scores 7 points to go take the lead early in the game. 7 seconds, I'm giving up a touchdown. Very uncharacteristic of me, but it happens sometimes. But I'm going to kind of talk over the kickoff. Normally, I kind of take these out and I just go to the next play. But yeah, Mut Gauntlet was kind of boring this weekend. I had about one good game. I also had a game where my opponent scored 7. I ran the ball for 40, like some yards, and he just quit. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Um, but yeah, here we are. This is like game 9 of the Gauntlet. We are still in the Eagles offense, running with 2 tight ends. We got Vanguards. As of today, it's Saturday as I'm recording this, so Ultimate Legends came out. We have 5 total Vanguards. We have Quentin Nelson, Kyle Long. We also had Vernon Davis and Anthony Moose before, but now they dropped a new left guard LTD with 1 AP Vanguard, so now we're up to 5 Vanguards. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys, this is the most fun I've had playing Madden in a while. Madden before I felt like it was just kind of stale. It's the same shit over and over again. And them kind of dropping this All-Star Ballers program and me really just, switching up the scheme and trying to, be a little bit innovative. It's kind of revived my passion for Madden. So here, first down at the 20-yard line. You guys see we audible down the deuce close. I'm going to let everybody know how we do this. So pretty much I'm subbing in Taysom Hill's tight end card at my slot receiver, and the reason why I do that is so I have a tight end on each side, as this dude is actually just blowing up the run right now. And the reason why I put him at the slot receiver and not anywhere else is because it is just the fastest way to audible down to deuce close. Right here, we're going to call PA snag. I'm going to scramble, trying to keep the play alive. We get a red pass. I click on, and oh my God, I mean, everything about that play was just kind of insane, to be honest with you. But we were able to get the first down. And this dude was actually in dollar. And this scheme is made to beat dollar. But I looked in the viewers list while I was playing, and this guy was actually watching me the whole game. He was in the viewer list. I don't really care if people stream snipe me. I don't think that affects my play. Most people know what's going on. But I think he did lurk me because what he did and what a lot of people don't do in dollar is they like to actually put a safety in that looper spot, or they like to put outside linebackers at their defensive ends because a lot of the times they get better abilities or they're faster. This guy actually didn't do that. He made sure that he had actual defensive ends at D end, and he also had linebackers at linebacker spots. So he made sure that my Vanguards actually were struggling to light up. So we kind of struggled a little bit, and he's in dollar. I don't really have abilities to pass right now, and it was a long game. We'll put it that way. You guys see right here, we're moving slowly but surely. 2nd and 9. Just kind of hoping that we're going to be able to pop off a run here soon. And I'll tell you this first drive was probably our best drive when it came to running the ball. Right here, we're going to be actually passing right here. We're going to call motion Y angle. Right here, we're going to find Anthony Edwards, breaks a tackle, and we're all the way down to the 4-yard line on our first drive. So right now, it doesn't look too bad right now. It doesn't look too bad. Probably going to tie up the game right here. 4 yards and man with angry runs and tank and Vanguards. It's pretty easy to get. But I can't wait for you guys to watch the rest of this video, because all I'm saying is that I struggled a little bit on offense this game. That's all I'm playing. Right there, beautiful shoot. This guy, he's got all the run shoots right there. That's like the 2nd or 3rd run, if you guys were paying attention earlier in the video as I was like kind of going over like offensive stuff. He's just, look at this, all over the run. I actually have no chance, and this is dollar. I run dollar. I played against pros last video. We actually played No Mercy Lambo. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you guys go check that out. No Mercy Lambo stood no chance. I even played SEO Drip the other day, and I lost that game, and that was more because I was trying to pass a little bit too much. But even like SEO Drip was kind of struggling versus the run. He wasn't even getting these shoots. But right there, we're going to tie up the game, and now we need 1 stop on defense. All right, so now this is our 2nd drive on defense. We're looking to get a stop here, especially because this is going to give us a lot of momentum in the game. If we do, we're not really changing too much. We're actually playing the Niners offense right here. He's going to step up in the pocket all day. He just had just a shitload of time in the pocket, and he's able to make the read. You know, you can't guard everything in this game. It gets tough, man, to try to guard everything in this game, and especially when they're quick snapping too. But now we have a 1st and 10 here. He's using Charlie Ward at quarterback, and honestly, I'm not a big Charlie Ward guy. I think Charlie Ward is actually kind of mid right here. We get a ton of pressure right there. And against this Niners defense, I don't think I do it early enough in this game. I actually think I wait too long to really go to a shell that Niners struggles versus. And it's cover 2. Cover 2 actually does a really good versus Niners. And the reason why it does so good is because, like, for example, right there, that was an outside quarter. But if that's a cloud right there in cover 2 against motion Y angle, that is actually going to get picked off if he throws that. But other than that, like, there's really not a lot of plays to be cover 2. The main play, motion dig under, where it has a drag from the outside receiver. That's kind of like it's like a speed drag. Cover 2 does a really good job versus that. And if you start mixing in outside thirds to guard the deeper corner routes or like the outside fades, and if you put them on the right, or at the right time, Niners really kind of struggles versus it. So our opponent's actually going to go to a like bunch wide right here, and he's actually going to expose our cover 2. And this is where I'm talking about, like, those outside thirds right there. That's a normal deep half that gets pulled by an inside streak. And he's going to be able to get a 1-play touchdown over the top, and now he has taken the lead 13-8. All right, we're on offense now. We're trying to get something going. First drive was kind of a struggle drive, I can't lie. Normally I score a lot easier than that. Even though it did result in 7, we need a lot easier of a drive right there. Henry with only 12 rushes right now, and we really don't have a lot of rushes in general, and especially when your whole offense is built around running the ball and your opponent is stopping it. That is not a good thing for us. So we're going to see. I just need to get 7 on the board. I feel confident in my defense, even though I gave up 2 easy touchdowns. I still feel super confident in getting a stop on defense. So we need to score as soon as possible, give ourselves more time to try to get that stop. Right here, we're going to audible back down, 2nd and inches to this halfback zone weak. And, I mean, look at this. I mean, these shoots right here, the fact that I even get a 1st down is insane. The slot corner came free, and he looped all the way around with Derrick Henry to tackle us. And we have a lot of abilities on our Derrick Henry. We have tank, we have angry runs, we have a whole bunch of stuff right here. Handed off to Derrick Henry. I mean, and nothing is working. Nothing is working. 2nd and 8. Kind of struggling. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to go past the ball, even though we don't have short ends or really a lot of passing abilities. I actually took off pass lead, to run the ball a little bit more just because of how effective the scheme has been right there. We get a couple of yards right there. Nothing too flashy, but I can't lie. This dude right here was playing pretty smart. All right, he knew if there was a way to counter my scheme, he found out the way. Okay, he put in linebackers, actual defensive ends, and it made it super tough. Right here, we find Anthony Munoz on the flat. We roll out PA snag, one of the best plays in the game, and right there, the reason what makes that play so tough is in PA snag there is an outside post. Also, the running back wheel flat combo is super tough. Go along with a tight end seam streak all in one play. How do you even guard that play? So if you guys want to rewind that and take that play that I just called right there, he played solid defense on it, on that down, but still taking our flat, getting our 5 yards on our 1st down, you can't be too mad at it. Right here, we're going to go to this pistol wing flex close. We're going to go to the wide zone, and I'm telling you, he is just all over every run. Maybe he was run committing. I don't know. Sometimes the run commit and regular run defense kind of look the same because that's just how bad run commit is in this game. But when I tell you, he was all over all the runs. I mean, he was doing nothing special. It was the same loop and, just like, I mean, he was pressing the DBs and, like, it was pretty much the same thing right there. Ed Too Tall Jones can't hang on to the football for us right there. We have a 4th and 8, and this is where I don't like being, especially, in a ranked game. We're already down, 5. It's not like it's an 8-8 game or 7-7 game where it's tied. Like, he already has the possession on us, and there it goes. Our opponent now has a chance to go up 2 scores. We're not able to hang on to that post right there. Right there, I just get a bad animation. I'm not really mad at the read. You could say it was covered, but if I get a better animation trying to aggressive catch that post down, which is super effective in Madden. If you guys are, playing Madden, right there, he finds the post over the middle. Possession catches it right there. But aggressive catching your post routes away from the zone coverage is super meta in the game. It's actually super overpowered. So if you guys aren't doing that, make sure you guys are doing that. It definitely takes a little bit of skill and timing. You guys are gonna have to learn, but once you do learn it, you're gonna you're going to be thankful that you have it, because there are so many times I've made like a 50-50 read or a questionable read. I'm able to aggressive catch it down away from the zones, because sometimes people like to go for picks even though, they're not even close. So trying to, aggressive catch that down, it's going to be super beneficial. Okay, enough yapping about the aggressive catch and post. Okay, you guys probably heard enough. You guys are like, easy, shut the fuck up, just talk about the game. All right, and that's what I'm going to do right here. Thought I played really good defense, but Charlie Ward scrambles right there. And what I did was I actually left that cloud on the solo side on an island. I put it inside third, and he must have knew. I don't know how he knew, but he put a fade right there. I had to switch stick to that cloud and run like I was playing a deep blue right there. I'm just a little bit late on my switch stick. This cover two is kind of giving him issues, though. Like the fact that he has to throw that, which is a good read, but like if I was a second faster on my switch stick, I'm probably going to get a KO right there, and then it would have been a fourth down right here. First and goal, I'm going to lurk on the slot DB, trying to shoot the run, expecting a run. He actually passed right there. Beautiful defense. Again, just not able to get there in time with my switch stick. Good read by him, identifying that I wasn't able to get there, but that's not how you want to live in this game. I don't want to say they're like guess reads, but like, it's pretty close to almost a guess read. Just like hoping that I'm not going to get there in time, because like I'm a second away from that being a interception my way or a KO right here. We're going to shoot the gap. Derrick Henry runs over me. Good fight from our team right there. That's how you hold the door. Third and goal here. 47 seconds left. We have 2 timeouts. He's probably going to run the ball again, I would assume. That would be the smart thing to do. If he doesn't run the ball and he throws the ball and it's an incomplete pass, then I'm going to have 2 timeouts. 2 timeouts with around, I'd say, 40 to 30 or 35 to 40 seconds, I would say. Right here, he's going to audible down here with Derrick Henry. Probably going to run the ball. I'm using a safety, and he actually runs towards the way I'm using air trucks, and I mean, holy shit. That was way too easy for opponent. We find ourselves now down 2 scores in this game, looking to get some points before half. All right, so we find ourselves down 12 right before half. I don't know how I really got myself here, but here we are. I'm going to call PA Snag. I'm going to roll out. I see the post over the middle, and this is a great start before half. Here we go. Can't be too mad at that. PA Snag, one of the best plays in the game. Leave that play action. Does really good versus the engage blitz. Also really good versus the meta loop blitz, which is what this guy's going to be running. Is a lot of the engage and the loop blitz right here. I'm going to see if I can catch him with cover 2. We were not able to catch him right here. We fumble. And whoo, that could have been close, man, right there. I tried to slide, but sometimes you get a bad animation where it just kind of allows the defensive end to like get you from the backside, and you could fumble right there just like we did. Thank God Anthony Munoz finds the ball. Our drive stays alive. 30 seconds left. 1 timeout for your boy. I'm going to call, I think I'm going the Y seal right here if I'm not mistaken. I do. I'm going to motion out Anthony Edwards. We do have 1 timeout. I'm going to throw this seam up the middle. Now, I don't know why I clicked that button. I can't lie to you. I remember telling the chat and trying to justify it, but I meant to throw the speed out, and I think I just kind of like, I just had a brain for it right there. The speed out was actually super, super wide open. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually motion out my running back right here. So if he is in a cover 2 hard flat to guard the speed out, we're going to be able to throw the corner. If not, I'm going to be able to throw Anthony Edwards over on the right side and get out of bounds right here. That's exactly what we do. Get out of bounds. First and goal at the 6-yard line. 22 seconds left. So right here, we have to pass every down, because if I run the ball and like the runoff goes bad and I don't get it off in time, it's not going to be good for you boys. So right here, kind of reading my chat, not really thinking. Honestly, I don't know why I'm not, but we're going to go to the trips tight end flex. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cloud glitch. Now, what I didn't realize in the game is that outside cornerback is pressed. So outside cornerback is pressed, and I actually played a really good job. And I throw in the double coverage, making a super uncharacteristic mistake. And there goes Jimmy Graham. He's going to even get in field goal range right here, which is actually terrible for us, because instead of going down 12, or actually, it would have been down 9 if we would have just kicked a 3. We would have scored it with, different story. But instead of being down 9, we're probably going to be down 15 points here. So this is a really bad spot to be in. Thankfully, we do get the ball at half, though. Right here, I'm trying not to give up any sort of, you know, big play right before half. Right here, I'm going to switch stick, and he throws it. I got a little too cute trying to, like, bait him a little bit into, like, throwing the ball away. Trying to keep him at that 43-yard line. Now he's at the 19-yard line. He has two timeouts, excuse me. Now, he can pretty much work with the whole field. He doesn't have to get out of bounds. He could throw a seam streak, call a timeout, and have 4 seconds, maybe one shot at the end zone, maybe even run the ball if he gets in close enough. But he's gonna actually audible down right here. I wasn't sure what was coming right here. I did press, and he actually ran stretch. So pretty ballsy call right there. I don't know why you would run stretch. He's gonna call a timeout. He's gonna kick his three, and now we find ourselves in a spot down 15 before half, and I can't even run the ball now. So I'm gonna have to actually go away from my scheme. This dollar is giving me some issues, and we're gonna have to make some shit shake. So down 15 going in the half. All right, down 15. We need to make some shit shake right here. So I'm going to have to pass the ball. I'm going to actually motion out Anthony Edwards. Kind of go to the same combo that has been giving him problems. Any speed out's really just been giving him problems. Right here, we're going to find Calvin Johnson. Only get 8 yards right here. And the key right here, since we're down so many points, is we want to make this game as long as possible. Making the game longer is going to give yourself a better chance to come back. And that's just the reason why pros even like longer quarters. Like when there's 4 minutes, it gives the worst player a chance to come back, or not, or come back, to end the game faster. Where if you do find yourself down, or even if you're up as a pro player, you just kind of know that the longer the game is, the better chance you have to win. So right here, we're going to make sure we don't no huddle. No huddling is going to waste more time. We're just going to go to the line. If we can get out of bounds, we can get out of bounds. But as you guys see, I'm not no huddling like I would normally do in the first or the second quarter. Or maybe even if I was up some points, I'd probably no huddle right now just because I like the defense he's in. So we're just trying to keep as much time as we can. Right here, I just click a button as I get hit. That probably would have been a pick if we got that off. So thankfully we didn't. 2nd and 10, 4 minutes and 2 seconds left. Only 58 seconds of game time has been wasted. Right here, I'm going to go to a jet sweep. There goes Calvin Johnson to the outside. We're going to cut back in, cut out, and no one's going to be able to catch him. There goes Calvin Johnson, and we're going to have to go for 2 here. All right, we're going to go for 2 to try to make this a 7-point game. I sub in a receiver because I want to audible around in the gun formations. I don't want a tight end. I'm not audibling down. He's been playing the run really well. Everybody would know, especially at the 2-yard line, the run's probably coming, especially from like a gun deuce close or whatever. So we're actually going to pass here. I'm going to audible over to the trips. I think trips is the best when it comes to being inside the 5 at like in a gun formation, and it's just because of this combo right here. It's like a backside in, or there's a backside in and a drag that are super hard to guard. Right here, we throw our backside in, and now it's a 7-point game. All right, here we are. We need to stop for our life right here, and I'm going to be calling a lot of cover 2 as long as I get my adjustments off. Right there, I play backed off cover 2. I don't shade underneath to get hard flats or even the shade down my hooks so they play not as deep. And that's what I realized I did a lot right here, like on these next couple of drives, is I'm not shading underneath, or it just doesn't register for me. Right here, we shade underneath here, so we do see the hard flats. He's going to call a Y sale. He has just enough time to find that post route over the middle of the field. Beautiful pass by him, honestly. Just having the patience to throw that post route. A lot of people wouldn't, especially. They would see that post was guarded late, or early, excuse me, not late, and they wouldn't have thrown it right here. He's going to scramble, and ooh, that could have been a D-line pick right there. I'm not containing because with Colossuses, I've started to use those, especially because they're not banned in these tournaments now. I've started to use them, and just when you contain your D-line abilities, they don't shed, I don't even know what happened here as I'm post-comming this. He's going to pick up the first down. I even kind of looked a little confused there on stream. By the way, if you guys haven't tuned into us on the Purple app, make sure you guys tune in. We're live every day, 5 p.m. Eastern, so if you guys want to see these games live, ask me live questions, that would be the time to do so. Tap into twitch.tv. Right there on the slot cornerback, knowing he was going to run, I missed the diving tackle, and I like doing that out of dollar because a lot of times the left guards and the right guard, or like even the center, will go to pick up those inside backers. So hovering over the tackles with those slot DBs Right there. Big hit from us. Calvin Johnson still fighting. Picks up the first down. But hovering with the slot DBs over those tackles. Plays the run actually really well. Allows your user to go get a gap shoot just like we did. But we missed the tackle. So that was just a user issue on us. But gives us life for when he does run. Right here. We're going to hover with Ted Hendricks right here. He might be running the ball here. Honestly, probably seeing, yep, that's what I was just about to say, jet sweep. A lot of times, first and goal, people like to go to jet sweeps. He makes me miss, puts me on a TikTok. And now we find ourselves, again, down 14 in a bad spot. Here we are, down 14. We're still losing this gauntlet game. This is for our gauntlet life, so we need to come back as soon as possible in this game right here. PA snag is just getting caged. No chance for us with PA snag. Even think about it. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. We need a stop, or we need to score bad, and we need to stop. We need everything right now. Odds are against us, and this game right here is gonna build character, for anybody. Right here, we roll out. We're gonna roll out with Poe, not throw anything. We're just gonna take our first down, take our guarantee yards, slide, make sure we don't fumble. But this builds character. It shows what type of person you are. Are you a type of guy to lay down, or are you a type of guy to keep on fighting until that clock hits 0? So we need to show what type of man we are right here. We're going to run the ball with Calvin Johnson on the jet touch pass. And right here, I noticed something. If you guys realize, those safeties came darting down. And on jet touch passes, they normally don't. So what does that mean? It means he's either blitzing his safeties or he's run committing. So I'm going to call the fake jet touch pass here to see if he does it again. Right here, I don't know what he put his guys in, but whatever it is, makes those safeties run down. We're going to be able to bomb them over top on the fake jet touch pass. Now it's time for us to go for 2 again. All right, we're down 8. We're subbing in some running backs. All right, we're making some depth chart changes for ourselves right here. Need this 2-point conversion. Then we go down 6. Right here, I'm going to actually run the ball with Derrick Henry. We run. And we fight forward, get the 2-point conversion. A little lucky right there. Now let's go get our stop. All right, here we go. We're back on defense. We're looking to play a lot of cover 2 here. Right here, I'm going to switch stick. He's going to find the drag. Again, this is where shading down and turning this cover 2, this Tampa 2, from clouds to hard flats is going to be super beneficial because he doesn't have a lot of unique corner routes in this book like other playbooks or just unique routes that are going to beat us, over top. So there's really no point to have these have cover 2. Right here, he throws it right to that outside third, and that we have Isaiah Simmons in. Great adjustment by us, knowing that there could possibly be a corner route right there. It's just a slant that's going from left to right. So great adjustment there. He's gonna actually audible over to the bunch spread nasty. Right here, we're gonna get really aggressive, knowing that he's either gonna go over top, looking for something deep with a flood concept on the right, or he's going to call like a smash return type play right here. He just has too much time. Honestly, great adjustment there by me. Just way too much time. We weren't playing for him to have all day in the pocket, and he's going to pick up the first down. So this guy looks like he's in the driver's seat, up 6. Wasting time, under a minute of play, 3rd and goal. He's going to actually audible back. And now knowing that he's going to have a lot of time, I'm ready to switch stick to that slot corner that we kind of double flat over there. I switch stick right to Ted Hendricks. Beautiful play from Charlie Ward. But I put Ted Hendricks in a flat and then my outside corner on that same side in a soft squat. So the soft squat would match that streak. The slot corner would play. Once we switch stick to it, we can play that drag early and then we can switch stick off so that hard flat keeps running with the drag. Right there, Calvin Johnson picks up the first down, and more than likely this guy is going to take this to the 4th quarter unless he gets a little greedy here. Let's see. I think he does get greedy. Yeah, right here he calls YSL again. Beautiful adjustment there by us, and he's throwing it away. So now he has to call another play. I don't know why he just didn't take it to the 4th. See, some people get a little greedy. They think because they're beating somebody, especially a streamer, that they have to, get all fancy. No, just play Madden. Like, I don't understand why people do that. But here we go. 2nd and 10. Snaps the ball, snaps play action. Beautiful adjustment right there. Nothing's open. Throws the ball away. And again, okay, I'm begging for intentional grounding right there. A little bit of begging there by me. But now he's got to call another play before the end of the 3rd quarter. And he has himself in a terrible spot. He's going to flip his gun normal I'm going to be on Julius Peppers, hoping this mid-read matches anything deep. I switch stick to Ted Hendricks. Everything is bagged. Charlie Ward goes down. Now we have a 4th and 14. He's going to kick his field goal right as the fourth quarter begins. Put your fours up in the chat. Now we're going to be going down 9, getting the ball, hoping that we can get 7 quick and make this comeback. He's going to kick his 3. We don't block it. Kick is up. Ooh, kind of close to almost missing, but it's good. Now we're down 9. All right, down 9. We need to make this game as long as possible. If we can get out of bounds, that would be awesome. Every play, if we can get out of bounds, beautiful, okay? Because then I don't have to onside kick. I can kick deep, whatever. So right here, we're going to have a lot of time stepping up with Poe. We're going to scramble, slide, get a first down. So not ideal, clock's moving, but we did get a first down, and that's really all that matters. Right here, I'm probably going to call a jet touch pass just because I know he's been struggling to guard these jet touch passes. Right here, Calvin Johnson's in motion. He's going to run commit. I'm going to get to the outside, and there goes Calvin Johnson. Tries to make a man miss, and see, that's where I got a little too aggressive. I saw the one-on-one opportunity, tried to spin inside instead of going to the outside and just taking my easy first down and getting out of bounds with the clock stopping. So now we're playing against the clock right here. I'm going to throw our tight end corner. Beautiful possession catch. Vernon Davis able to pick up the first down right there. So the clock stops. 4 minutes, 15 seconds is perfect for us. I think I'm going to go back to the jet sweep. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm actually going to go to the fake jet sweep because I did realize he was run committing. He's actually going to take that outside corner. He's going to run down with him. I try to throw it over Patrick Peterson. Unfortunately, not able to get over him. We're going to get an incomplete pass. Great knockout there from him. That was actually a great user, too. Being able to play all that ground. I don't know how he did it, but he did. So, let's go back to regular gun normal. No jet touch passes, just throwing the football. Going to go to my go-to combo, motion wide angle. And honestly, I get super bagged right there. So, 4 minutes, 4 seconds. 3rd and 10. Can't afford the kick 3 here. We have to go. We have to go no matter what. So, hoping we just pick it up right here. I'm going to go to a jet sweep right here for my life. Jet sweep on 3rd and 10 is crazy. I'm hoping he just doesn't expect it. We're going to get to the outside. Juke inside. Get 4 yards right there. That was probably the worst play call. I know huddle, so he can't switch the zone drops. I'm going to flip the play. I'm going to go to my PA snag setup that I like to go on 2 on 4th down. Wheel on the outside because a lot of people like to go to that cover 2. So I'm looking to throw that outside wheel. If not, it is what it is. Right here, leaves Derrick Henry just wide open like that. I mean, he guarded nothing right there. I don't know what show he decided that he was going to run, but never run that show again. Take notes. Don't run that show. 1st and goal at the, 9-yard line right there. We're locked in. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Clock is ticking. Need to move a little bit faster, I can't lie. The fact that I'm moving this slow is kind of bad. Need to snap the ball. I don't know why I'm not snapping the ball. I'm going to step up in the pocket. I'm going to take off, slide, and the clock is still moving. I no huddle again. I don't know why I'm no huddling. This is making me mad that I'm not even listening to my own advice. Trying to make the game longer, but this is just bad. This is a bad game by myself right here. I'm taking forever calling these plays. Right here, I try to throw that curl in the back of the end zone. He actually manned up his user to that outside receiver, and he got back to the back of the end zone right in time. He switched sticked instantly. Great defense there by him. I couldn't believe nobody really even does that, honestly. Nobody really mans up their user anymore. It's always in the zone. So the fact that he manned him up and that guy traveled from the box to the outside, you got to tip your cap right there. Here we go, 3rd and goal. I'm going to run the ball knowing that he wasn't expecting it. Snap it instantly. Now we're down 3. I'm going to go for 2, try to make this a 1-point game. Allows me to play defense a little bit differently. I can play a little bit more aggressive. So we need this 2-point conversion here bad. If not, we're going to be down 3. Or if he does get 7, it is going to be a 2-possession game. But goal is to hold him to 3 no matter what. So right here, I see he's on Julius Peppers right there. He makes the same adjustment. And, I mean, he just kind of put us in a bag. Manned up his user to that outside receiver. Great adjustment there by him. Now, it comes down to this onside kick. If I can get this onside kick, it's pretty much GG's. If not, we have to play defense for our life. Onside kick is up. He jumps right into us, and somehow he holds on to it. I don't know how he did, but he somehow held on to it. So, we need to play defense. This is the time. My switch sticks need to be perfect. My shells need to be perfect. I'm really not doing anything special on defense. A lot of just cover two. Right here, I'm going to press my defense. I'm going to blitz both of my slot corners, blitz everybody in the gap, playing super aggressive for the run. Right here, I'm going to try to loop around with Pat Tillman. Everybody's around him. Great tackles there, second and 6. We call a timeout. He's still in the doubles. We're in double safety, go audibling down the cover 2. We're going to back off our safeties so we don't get beat over top. We're going to shade underneath. We have hard flats and hook curls. I'm going to switch stick to one hook curl, play the tight end corner out, jump back to that post. Beautiful. Throws it away. Clock stops. That is perfect for us. Now it's 3rd and 6. We're going to call the same shell. He's been struggling with cover 2 with occasional outside thirds from those top safeties. I'm going to shade underneath right here. And you know what's funny about this play, boys? I know what play's coming here. I know he's going to run like the tight end cross or the running back streak out the backfield. But and like that, I would think would be the stop and go route. Right here, he calls a wheel route, trying to cloud glitch me. But you know what's funny is we played hard flats on that 3rd down right there. We played hard flats. We get a pick 6. We're back in the game. Now we need one stop. He is on his money drive. All right, so what I was talking about earlier, sorry, I made a cut here. Now we have a 1st and 10. He's got a money drive. But I was talking about earlier the cloud glitch. So pretty much if you have a post and a wheel route, the post actually drags the cloud, allowing you to throw the wheel pretty early. But right there, hard flats doesn't do that. So right there, that play, he had an incomplete pass. But I did realize last play that his wheel route was wide open. So I knew he was going to go back to the same play. So I'm actually going to remember that that wheel route was wide open. So watch right here. Right here, we see a wheel route. I switch to that top safety, knowing he's going to throw it. And that's a pick artist. And somehow he catches that football. I couldn't believe it right there. But it's just little things like that. Remembering, okay, I just saw that guy wide open. I can either A, make an adjustment, like put in a different zone out there to try to bag that, or knowing that I'm one switch stick away from just jumping that route. Right there, I knew I didn't have to make any adjustments. I can sit the same coverage. Everything else would be bagged. I just have to switch stick to that zone because there was nothing guarding it. Right here, beautiful switch stick, back up to that post route. And that is how you come back in a Madden game. Keep your composure and just show that you're a fighter, bro. You just got to be a fighter sometimes. Hell of a game right there. I don't know who that guy is, but honestly, he played really good. Just even coming out in that defense, giving me some hell in the first couple quarters in that dollar loop. But if you guys did enjoy this, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.